In our previous video, we discussed about 2D animation, frames and onion skin in FLIPA Keep. Today, we'll be talking about layers. And just in case you don't know,
I'm Hazard the Animator and I'll be your host for today's video.
So just subscribe to our channel and like the video, then you can have more of the videos.
To be precise, a layer in an animation or any digital software can be said to be different surface on a single frame, and they are usually transparent by default. That means you can see what is on layer 2 through layer 1, and each layer can contain its own graphic and drawing and can be worked on independently of the other, which means you can actually draw on layer 1 independently of layer 2, that is having less or no effect on layer 2. Now let us take a realistic approach. There are 3 frames, and in each frame there are different surface or layer. Now let us demonstrate it to make it clearer in an Android phone. All I need to do is to add 2 layers, my layer 1 and my layer 2. And my layer 2 is actually the layer where I'll be putting my animated character. Now let's go over to layer 1. Layer 1 will be bearing my cube, while my layer 2 will be bearing the cycle. Now I'm in layer 2 right now, so that's why I'll be drawing my first cycle. So here is my cycle. Now if you look over here, these are multiple layers. I can have multiple amounts of layers, up to 4 to 5 layers and so on, but I'll just like us to use just 2 layers, that is layer 1 and layer 2. So back to my layer 2 bearing my cycle. Now I have to animate this cycle bouncing up and down in my layer 1. So I've first gotten my bouncing ball in my frame 2. Now I have to go over to frame 1, that is the background frame, to actually insert my cube. Now we're going to understand this after I finish making this frame 1 cube. Now back to it. back to my cycle and cube. Now the cube is my layer 1, which is normally the background layer, and the cycle is in my layer 2, which I'll be playing my animated series. Now if you look, when I'm in layer 1, I can't actually do anything that will affect this cycle, which is in my layer 2. Right now I'm with my eraser, as you can see around here. It's supposed to be that if I'm in this frame I can actually affect this thing here, but I can't actually affect my cycle because it is actually in my layer 2. But whenever I move over to the layer 2, you can find out that the cycle is actually affected, but in layer 1 it's not. Now whenever I move over to the layer 2, you can see that the cube is not affected, but rather the cycle alone. That's because they are in two different layers, but in one frame. Two different layers in one frame. So simply put, these two things will help us to understand that when you're in layer 1, one thing you do in layer 2 will be affected. So that's why most animators actually use their layer 1 as their background layer, where they actually draw their backgrounds and then use their layer 2 for their animating layer. So that's just all we got for layers. Now please, one personal announcement. Please help us like our video and do well to click on the subscribe button in order to get notified when we post a new video.